Unsupported resolution. I don't know what the way it says that for. Hello, Ash. Wait for some people to come in. We just started this live stream. I'm gonna let people to come in. So I'm gonna cover a lot of things. Hello, F. Brown. Everybody hear me correct? Everyone hear me well? Everybody see the screen clearly? Hello, Mr. Bing. Hello, Vinny Teehee. Good, good, good. Nicole Polson, yes, all clear, all right. But this YouTube is a little bit behind. Something really weird about this today. It's not reporting everything to me. Why? Why? Okay, so people, we're going to be talking about a lot of things. You know what I've been saying about the market. You know what's still going on with the market, right? The importance of staying focused, right? Because if you're looking to succeed, it's not about what's happening on a day-to-day basis, but what you're doing long term, right? Because in reality, we don't live we don't live just on a daily basis. What we do on a daily basis accumulates to something more, okay? And so you want to do something that can allow you to achieve that, right? And it takes discipline and all that. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so basically, we're going to talk about the SPY, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about why, why do people, fail in the market, and why discipline. By the way, discipline is an important thing for success, right? Because when you're not consistent, it's about consistency. When you're not consistent and you're all over the place, you're going to go nowhere in life, theoretically, right? Well, I can guarantee it. Anyways, so as we can see, I talked about a lot of key numbers of the SPY, right? And there's a lot of support levels. I mean, even what I would say, these are regular charts, I call them. And there's things I look at. I look at regular charts and then my specialty charts, right? And one thing I found is when they both agree, the odds increase dramatically, right? This is why I can create so many winning plans. Regardless of how good anything is, the market always has some parallels, and I'm going to give you an example, and certain things that can happen that are happening in the background once the information comes out, changes the outline of the company, right? But as long as that doesn't happen, right, we want to always maintain the right method, the right course. This is what I do. We want to maintain that. All right. So listen up, people. Let's take an example. BA. I want to talk about BA. Give an example of BA. All right. So back in January, I talked about the market, how we were going down, the SPY was going down for all the wrong reasons, and that I was looking for, because BA at the time was acting exceptionally strong, exceptionally strong was acting, and basically, basically, basically the BA, we had 5 winning plans up until this day, right? And But what happened was when this stock had there was a crash, it hasn't been in favor anymore, right? And so you don't want to focus on a stock that is not in favor anymore when there are stocks that are in your favor. That's part of my system, is looking to what's in favor, not what's out of favor, right? And so BA was a great winner and a great driver for the January, and 5 winning plans in a row. Huge gains in BA, right? The most winning plans with my system, by far, no one in option world came close to what I'm able to produce. And again, it's documented on my YouTube channel. So let's take a look at my YouTube channel. Let me just get to that point here, because I know we can see everything now. And I want to just get that ready. And I'm going to get this all ready here. And we're going to put it over here. So PowerTarget Trades here, people. Of course, a live stream. But you see, if we go into, I'm going to go to my, okay, right over here, right? So basically, you can see plans on BA, on anything basically. BA here, BA here as well. I don't think I put all my BA plans on this list. But I mean, you look at my created playlist and the theme is the same, right? We we identify winning planning stocks. So what I'm telling people, if you're serious for success, what I suggest you do, and this takes time to do this though, by the way, is you study this created playlist, okay? Also, you can go through the videos as well. I mean, look at this, 500 plus videos. So there's so much, and I mean, I haven't put everything, in that list, but there's so much information, right? Documented from start to end, from in different formats. It's not funny, right? I mean, that you'll not see anywhere. You don't see anybody able to do this or have the skills, by the way, to do these things. So it's about it's about focus, right? And that's what I've been showing. And not only that, I talk about health as well, right? And that's another discipline in itself. Like I've said to a lot of people, the two biggest problems we have in society, one biggest problem is health, right? And yours truly, I'm top notch in that. So that shows discipline, right? There are people who talk that they know what they're doing. They may do some type of things, some type of what I do, but they don't do it consistently and know how to do things like yours truly, the big picture expert. Fitness, exercise, looking good at my age is a discipline. And with that discipline is the power to do anything you want, make money in the market. Now, a lot of people in the fitness world, of my age group, they have no clue what to do about the market. They're clueless about the market. PowerTarget Trade knows both spectrums. And both take discipline, people. It's all about discipline, mindset. Okay? Here, and of course, strategy. Look, you could have the best mindset in the world, but without a correct strategy, you will not succeed. I clearly demonstrate my strategies, my techniques in video format between two metrics, and you won't see anyone out there doing that. Absolutely no one will do it in both metrics, health and wealth. Nobody out there is doing it at my level. Absolutely not. And I can help people on both metrics. Now, on the side note, people, many people in the market, when I post, the sad thing, truth is my investment advice, my investment stuff that I talk about, that clearly surpasses my fitness. Like I just posted, for example, two things. One about my live stream, and one about showing me working out. But guess what always wins in terms of metrics? Clearly, when I talk about financial stuff, clearly that dominates. I mean, it's a sad thing. It should be both 50-50, but it is not. Again, people don't have that understanding of health, right? They think that money is going to take care of everything. I'm going to said this to you. I told people, when it comes to health, everybody's on the same playing field. It's a matter of making choices. It's just like making money in the market. It's a matter of making choices of how you're going to make money. Do you want to stress yourself out? Do you want to go crazy? Or do you want to make money with skill? Well, that's what I try to preach, right? So, that being said, let me just take a look over here. Hello, hello, Dexter. Hello. Hello, Eric. Hello. People, that's the sad reality is that that's what I use. Why do I talk about I know that without me talking about the investment, the health side would go down the tubes because that's the weakness of everybody. Compared to me, can't do it like me, PowerTarget Trade. That's why I call myself a leader. Right? Without a doubt, I'm a leader. In these two metrics, I can help people. Look, if I help a person on the wealth side of things, they can invest in themselves if they understand that their cells are more important than anything else. Having good health is like a Ferrari. Treat your body how you look. That's how I think of it. It's like owning your own Ferrari. Okay, but that's you. You are the Ferrari, not the vehicle. You. I don't want to be some guy with lots of money, but I'm sick and don't have my health, right? It's, what I'm saying? Because in the end, we're going in the ground anyways. That being said, I focus on the market with intentions to make the dollar bills with skills, with balance, right? And I've told people that, in my opinion, long term day trading, most trying to make money on a day trading mentality will kill you long term health wise. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. But my method, no, not the case, right? Because we're highly focused. We're letting the market look at the market right now. We're going to go back to the market here. So SPY, the market is being, what's the market been doing? Well, we'll see what the charts are showing here. So, the market is in what I call a bullish chop zone, because when we look at the big picture, right? If I zoom out on this, right? When we look at the big picture, you know, where the stock clowns of the world don't have a clue what they're talking about, the market is clearly higher, right? And clearly, PowerTarget Trade. Now, I want to make a point why I beat everybody to smash them to pieces. It's very simple. Since 2016, I call for a higher market. What are we not higher to this day? But why can I continuously be right? Smash everyone to pieces in both metrics. Why? Because I am consistent in what I do. There's no, it's the mindset, the positivity, the consistency, no fear, understanding the big picture. And because I can do this, that's why I'm simply the best out there. There's no one going to help people like me. I help people. I don't going to brag about people about how much money I made. See, what difference does it make how much money I make? You know what it makes the difference, people? How does the advice help you in your life? Right? Not about how much money. Those people, they brag, blah, 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 blah. But so what? What does it do for the person, right? And like I said, people, I don't blame the people who talk about things because they take advantage of what I call stupidity out there, right? Reality is people are not too bright. So I try to waken people up. If I'm giving them a little shot in the head, I mean, listen, wake up. Think about yourself. Think about your actions. By the way, people, as I'm talking about actions, I've got a lot of messages from people, that think that they're serious though. But one of the biggest things I get from people is, Sandro, I blew up my account. I really like your style. I did all this day trading and I just blew my account up. That's what I get from people all the time. I want to be in a group, right? Quote unquote, right? Like I said, people, here's the reality. I'm going to tell it straight. It's for the minority. It will always be the minority. There was a guy. I'll give an example. The guy was a bit crazy. But one thing he said was he called 5%ers. He used the word 5%. Okay, and he said that if you want to be the best, you got to do what it takes to be the best. Right? You got to do what it takes. Okay. Now, he did what it took to be his best. Not that it was healthy, by the way. It's very different now. What I preach is, again, better than just about anybody out there because I do it on both metrics, right? But again, it's still a small percentage of people. Most people are clowns. They don't, they look at only about making money, but they don't have any idea or inkling about their health. They don't have the discipline. I guarantee you the guy who has the discipline in these both metrics, which is very rare, but you got me, can guide you on these two levels because mentally you don't have the power to do it both ways. That's the weakness I see in society. Trust me, I'm telling you the facts, people. There's a massive weakness in society. Massive weakness, right? I show it. I'm telling you. I'm on another level compared to the majority, okay, on this both health and wealth, right? Because mentally, you want to be mentally strong. So I hope I'm trying to motivate you to think bigger, you know, to think about balance of life, okay? That being said, that's why I'm going to be doing some more things on YouTube videos that'll be a little longer. But really, Twitter really picks up on my stuff. One thing about me, I don't know what it is, but Twitter is like my most powerful uh, platform. And how do I know this? Because when I do my metrics, I can see it in the Twitter, right? It's not the light, it's not the YouTube. But what the YouTube does, what I have the YouTube for, is more of for people who are serious to really look at the information that I'm like to take a look at my live streams if they missed it, right? Because if people don't like, if a lot of people don't want to show up to the live streams, but they come later on, I might as well just go. I might as well just make videos because that's where how I get found the most through videos. Live streams take time. You talk blah 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 blah. And what I'm hoping to do in this live stream too is to get answer some questions from people that people take the time to go out of their way to come to the live stream because I know there's different time zones. That being said, I'm going to talk about a couple of companies. So I did talk about AMD. Now one thing about AMD is a stock that is something I'm watching. I believe when AMD wants to confirm a plan that I believe it's setting up, which is a good metric, and when AMD wants to really, do well, that will be a good sign that the market is also out of its mumble jumble. One being said is AMD has one powerful metric is that they are capturing market share. Now, not just by fundamental basis, okay, but technical basis. So it's a combination of two. Like this is a company that I see that can go higher long term, has a potential to go to $50 a share long term. But that being said, there might be some option trades if it can confirm on time, or if there's a room in what if it makes it in my list. But that I did say I would talk about AMD. By the way, people, I talked about AMD as a reversal. We had a guy like the stock clown, talking negative and telling people. I made a plan back in 2018 when it was 10, 11, 12. But I didn't go into it, but we went into this run up over here. And the thing with the matter is I changed my mind. I was bearish AMD, and I said to people that I don't see this going any higher until we break above 15. Now, lo and behold, I said this back in this month, and when I was telling this to the people, it was everything that AMD couldn't do. I was bang on right. I just tell the facts. I'm not trying to. But when I see something's changed, and I know a lot of people were looking at AMD, I flipped it right away. I'm not like the stock clown saying the same things and it's the same thing if I'm bullish. If I think that something's changed, I will change my mind. Why would you want to fight? The market changes its mind. I've said that. One of the number one things to do is to quickly change your mind if something massively changes and then refocus, right? Because if BA does reorganize itself, it will become a good company again. Right? It is a good company, but they got to sort out their problems. Then when I see opportunity, if it makes it in my list, see everything has to make it in my list. So for example, I really like Mastercard right now. I think that this is a stock that should perform. Right? It high odds, but doesn't matter how high the odds are. It's a metric that it should go. Okay, and we did good today. It could consolidate, but this stock here, volume. I don't have all the information on this thing. I don't know why it's not showing here. I see what happened. Let me just put this up. But I looked at all the statistical measurement. There's absolutely zero negativity in the stock. Much like when I was talking about Disney before I made that break move, the same thing with Mastercard. So in my opinion, it's something that should pay us some dollar bills without having to think too hard or sweat too hard, right? I picked the proper options. I posted my intentions, and I'm going to be focusing on Mastercard, like I always do with all my plans. And so, if you want to get into power group trades, on my Twitter, you're going to see a pin tweet video. It explains how to become a member inside of power group trades. Now, I did that as a filter because, like I said, people, the majority of people are going to go nowhere. Trust me on this. Trust. If I tell you, if I give you like a feedback and I say to you, listen, you don't have what it takes. Trust me, you're going to see. You're not going to have what it takes. And you will blow up and you will do whatever and you will make your excuses and live life, mediocrity, right? Power Trick Trade, I offer two metrics. I offer example for health and example for wealth, and I teach both these metrics to those who want it. When it comes to health, it's very low numbers. So that's why I know people. So when someone cries to me about their health and they're sick, I say that's too bad for you, because you didn't you even if you see the information, right? You never make the power trick trade. I've always been at this, looking for the solutions, okay? Because most of the information is wrong, right? It's all wrong. It's and I know this from because I'm the guy who's done it all. I was always working. I always looked out for my health. That's how I was since 18 years of age. The same way I am today is the same way I was at 18. My mindset. Of course, I didn't understand. I had the worst health information available to me, but I did it perfectly because that's what I thought to do. So this is why I have experience. See, the person, remember one thing, people, it's the people who do things that really do, not just study, but they do it. They're the experts. The people who talk with the mouth but don't do it, remember, who has the most discipline? The guy who can do both or the guy who can do one thing? Think about it carefully. When it comes to health, people's discipline on the low level. Anybody can't be on. Anybody who wants to be this, you can't be dishonest with me, right? You show up. I show myself. I show people power trick trade. I show myself. I've shown myself. Okay, and I continuously go. I'm continuously on point all the time. So these clowns out there that talk and say this and say that, where are they? Where do they show themselves? What videos? They don't do nothing. So they should come quiet and they listen to me. Nobody can say anything about me. You want to say something about power trick or trade? You show yourself. But they're chicken, like the stock clown. Chicken, right? They just flap their mouth, say things. Now I'm more video centric than ever before because I'm actually making videos on the Twitter, talking to people, showing myself more than ever before. Not just text. Anybody can type. Let's see them. Let's see them show their passion, right? They're chicken. Power trick or trade. I'm not, because I know. I know I can help people. I know what I'm talking about. I have the confidence, okay? And I show it. They don't show it. They talk. Blah, 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 blah. I make the plans. I focus on the plans. I run them from start to confirmation to the end result. Never in the history done before. Never. And my group, it's free. However, I don't want just anybody in my group because they ain't going to do anything. They're going to be lazy bums. They won't do nothing in life. What do I want them in the group? At the same time, those people should want to support the group and help other people, right? By when they do well, this is the metric I thought, right? That goes against the system because the system would rather me run this like a business, charge people with credit card, all that stuff like this, and that method doesn't work because what it does is it makes it puts excuses to the person. Oh, this, that. Like I said, most of these services, they don't care what they do. They just pump out the plans. I can explain this, right? Just so that it's a numbers game, right? So I tell it how it is, the reality. God knows I'm doing the right thing. And then we let that take care of itself, right? Because it's like I said to you, I know I'm doing things the best. It's for the right kind of people. And again, most people are not the right kind of people. It's just the reality, just don't have what it takes, right? It doesn't matter if someone tells it. Like I can tell people and I'm telling them the truth, right? I don't want to be the guy sugarcoat anything, right? I want to tell you the truth. Listen, you've got to have the right mindset. Listen, you want to be focused. Listen, I think you should take care of your health. Now, that being said, if you want to focus on making money, that's all fine and dandy. But then you can't say, "Oh, you know what? That fucking power trigger trader guy told me to take care of myself. Now I'm a sick old man, and I got this money. Now I'm thinking like a dummy. Now I don't have any. I'm taking this drug and that drug. That's not a life for me. No, no way. We don't need drugs. People don't need drugs. People. That being said, that's why I hate the drug companies and biotech companies. I'm not into that. I made some money with those, but I like stuff like Mastercard. I like companies that do things. Have some sort of a service. PayPal, Apple. Google, Amazon's, bank stocks. That's similar. But biotech stocks I don't like, or I don't even like the Chinese stocks too much. Simply because they're not the best stocks. You know, I prefer. I'll be honest with you, American stocks. That's what I trade the most and focus on. Right. There's a lot of ways to make money, but there's plenty of money to be made in the American stocks. Right? I got Canadian stocks, but I don't look at Canadian stocks. I look at there's just too much. There's more than enough in the American market, right? More than enough people. That being said, let me take a look at any questions. No, now, before I ask any questions, did I cover everything? So I talked about okay, yeah. So Apple, yeah, let's talk about Apple there. So now Apple, by the way, regular charts and my charts are. I'm looking at a different metric for Apple. I believe that as long as Apple holds, and it's kind of that's the odds that we don't go below 180, and we will be testing the 200, or at least on the low end of 195, way in time with the new plan that we're in. But I am not relying simply on Apple, right? One of the best things I've been noticing is that strong trending stocks like Ruko, like we don't have a market, like, so Ruko's been very well, right? Now, if you were trying to make money, like Ruko is being a choppy stock, but I mean this sucker is breaking out. Just that it's not breaking out with power. In a market that wouldn't be so choppy, a stock like Ruko would have moved much faster. Everything's different now. It's a little bit more complicated, requires more holding. Things are acting scary, but this stock continuously powered it via a choppy manner, right? But profitable, right? And sometimes if our best stocks don't work out, we know we have an issue, but that's not being the case right now. This is why I'm using the options that give us the time, and of course confirmation is key. Now another thing I want to make people, one of the best metrics I'm going to tell people is this: one of the best confirmations happen in the first hour of trading, especially with my system. I don't know why that is, but it is just the way it is. Usually stuff that confirms in the afternoon or confirms very weakly, 9 out of 10 times may not work out. And of course, especially in these market conditions. But if they confirm in the first hour, they tend to work out. They tend to at least have a more of a positive and a negative outcome. So we talked about Ruko, we talked about AMD, we talked about Apple, talked about this. Okay, so we talked about the SPY, QQQ. Said about QQQ. Yeah. So same thing, SPY, QQQ. It's the same thing. It's in the chop zone, and she's getting ready. They're all listen to me. In what's happening right now, the odds favor a market going higher and testing the SPY 300 due to how stocks remain strong. Now, many key stocks. I mean, look, a stock like Ruko doing well, okay, or Match. This is not of a bearish market, right? And in fact, I have people ask me some questions about other companies and stuff like that. And there's a lot of stocks that that look strong, right, in this market conditions because the market is not weak. the market just can't go up, right? And then of course there's the with the Trump and the trade talks and this and that and the fear and the uncertainty. But listen, people, it's about the faith in the American economy, the American companies, of them, um, solving problems. Like Tesla, for example, even though they're not doing very well right now, the company's intentions are good. They're trying to do something good for the world, good for the thing. And so with that, sometimes there's setbacks, right? But that's what the company is doing. I mean, this is in Tesla has changed the game, and because now everybody is trying to make electric cars, right? So again, American companies, right? Apple, American company, Microsoft, American company, right? Amazon, American. You follow people. Everybody follows the American companies. So I figure, why not trade American companies, right? That's my analogy, right? I got good at that. That being said, everybody tends to look at the American companies. What's the U.S. market doing, and so on and so forth, right? Everybody trying to be like the American. It's like everything, like the Tesla, like everyone trying to be like Apple. Compare themselves to Apple. Nicole Polson. I remember. What do you remember? Um, Nicole, what do you remember? So people, any questions? I think I covered everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, you were talking about AMD. Oh, you remember what I said about AMD? Yeah, so since you asked me this question, so we're going to go back to AMD. And this is called mind focus tension. And now, while I said what I said was massively correct, let's compare it to someone like an old world thinker like the stock clown, okay? The stock clown was bearish this all the time. He would be bearish all the time. It doesn't matter where it was, but he never changes stance, right? That's how a lot of people are. They don't change their stance. They want to be right. No, you don't. You want to be right by the market standards, right? A power trigger trade, like you don't see me. Look at. I'm not gonna. I didn't want to bother with BA because BA is this. My focus is I like BA to the long side. I don't focus my energies to the downside of it. I'm focusing on stocks that I believe are going higher because that's what the market is doing. That's what I do. Yeah, Eric, McDonald's does not confirm. We don't, and that's a good point that you asked me, Eric, about McDonald's. So look at, and I've said this in the group, right? Let me put up McDonald's here and take a look what happened. Yeah, so here's the problem, Eric. Regardless of what you see here, the reality is this. I would prefer McDonald's making a strong close at around 201 and higher, and then following through. Because it's not negative, but without the power, I wouldn't want to go into McDonald's yet. And so based on my metrics, we would probably prefer that a McDonald's makes a strong close because I'll tell you something, if McDonald's is going to go somewhere, Eric, it's more likely to do so if it shows the power. Like I would prefer to wait for it to show power right now in that 202, 203 area, believe it or not. It's requiring power because this sucker may not go anywhere. And it's not up to me, right? I'm trying to understand what the market wants to do. Does the market want to keep it here and then take it down? Or does she want to keep it going higher? Well, it hasn't showed the power, Eric. So that's why we haven't gone there. It could never confirm my plans. Like I said, I care. I would if it would give me the signals of my rules, I would take it. But it hasn't. So we leave it alone. Hello, Jaybird. Does that make sense, Eric? I mean, there's time for McDonald's. Let me put it to you that way. And it'll be very clear, but it's got to show power, Eric. And it doesn't show the power. It continuously it remains chopping. She gets to the levels I talk about. Look at it, like the high here. She hit 201, but with no power, right? Because she's going down, right? So today she went back up, but she's still in that 200 zone, right? And it flat lines and around that 200 zone kind of thing, right? So what I'm looking for, in my opinion, right now, I think that this needs to close strongly in the 201, 202 area with a follow through, and then I think it'll be good. But if it doesn't do that, and again, I'll have to take a look at it. I, for one, have seen MasterCard having zero problems. This is why I recommended MasterCard. Because if there's a stock that should go up, it is this stock. Okay, it has less problems. It's a better setup than McDonald's is. I mean, she's stronger, right? You notice how I focus always. I try to get us into the best possible scenarios. There are other stocks that are strong too, not just MA. But MA, when I looked at it, all the facts, it looked the best to me, right? And 9 out of 10 times, when I focus on the best, those are the ones that perform the best, right? Like I said, McDonald's has not really performed. I did like it, but she ain't showing me the power. So when that's why I say okay. Like I said, I don't want to fight with the market, right? I think it never said that McDonald's. I got nothing bearish about it. I just want it to do what it's supposed to say to me, and I think that if it confirms, it should be able to do very well, Eric. McDonald's. If it's going to confirm with power, in theory, it should do very well. But if it doesn't show the power, it can continuously chop, right? So why go into that when we can go into something better? And by all means, Mastercard might could outperform McDonald's. Sometimes the things that don't seem to they that can happen. But I try to stick to consistency. Like I've been doing this for years on end, the same thing. Like all my videos, you'll see that everything is very structured. What I do, all the plans, I scan. I look for the best setups possible using my visionary line system, and then I make a decision. I make a plan. I see does it have potential, and then I post it because I want to make money just like everybody else wants to make money. And that's the difference between me and services, is that I actually take pride in what I talk about and get in. They don't. They just shoot numbers. They don't go into the plans, right? And I've told you this, that most of these services don't get into all their plans. Maybe a fraction of their plans. A fraction. I get into all my plans, right? So I know the outcome of doing that, right? It's you win because I always make sure I have the cash to get into any plan that I post, right? Therefore, that's why I tell people that you need a certain amount of money so you have enough to get into enough proper plans, when it's going. Then as we win or things are okay, we don't go into more plans unless there's a reason. And I flatline the plans if the market isn't cooperating enough. Like right now, I don't want to talk about any more plans until I see something fruition more, right? Because the market, what's the market been doing? Chopping, right? But our key plans, in theory, should do very well. Or should be profitable. And from that metric, what happens when they do, other plans will come along and we will have funds to get into them. I always have the funds to get into all my plans because you don't overload yourself, right? You need to understand. That's why I tell people if you have a certain account size and you want to take, you need to take at least a few plans, 3, 4 plans. You gotta. I've mentioned what people should do with a 5,000, 10,000. I mean, these are very small accounts, 5,000, 10,000. But you gotta look at the market like a business, right? All businesses have cash flow. They need cash flow to. You gotta look at the market as a business, okay? You can't. You gotta run your investments like a business, especially if you're trying to swing trade. If you don't have cash flow to properly get into plans and be able to absorb problems like every company in the world has, then you're gone, right? But my way and how I strategize things is that's not going to be the case. But if you come in too weak against, the top minds in the world, right? Because that's what the market is. The top minds in the world are in it, right? They're not dumb clowns like the stock bookie, right? They're people that are top minds in the world. PowerTarget Trade, I feed off of that energy. What that energy is talking about. See, I'm the stock clown. I focused on the right direction, not the wrong direction. See, he says bull or bear. Everything a lot of these people say they don't really do. Right? I focus on there's many ways to make money. You can make money both ways in this market, even now. But that's not my focus, right? My focus is on what is the major trend of the SPY right now and making money that way. That is my way, right? And it's the sanest way. The more ways you try to make money, the more crazy you will go and the less effective you will be. I don't know if that makes sense. Listen carefully what I said. The more ways you try to divide yourself, the less power you have, the less power. It's like you trying to do 3, 4, 5 different diets. The more of them you do, example, not just an example here. I'm not talking about diets, but the more you try to do at once, you have no idea what really works for yourself, right? Or you have no skill at anything. You're all over the place, right? Same thing with the market. Yes, if we would have entered, we would have been chopped to pieces. Yeah, and even when things do confirm, I mean, what? By the way, Eric, what is confirmed didn't chop us to pieces. Match was profitable, and it's kind of a little against this moment, but it was profitable in all this chop, right? And Mastercard isn't profitable yet, but it's not against or doing anything negative, and can be very profitable very quickly because she's strong and confirming. And the same thing with Ruko. Ruko's breaking out for us, and it went for us and against us for us. But in the end, we having the direction, the understanding of where it would go, it's for us right now. I mean, it was for us in a very choppy manner. So nobody's killing it right now. Unlike unless you're only guy who's killing it is a guy who's long. Because I could have day traded all kinds of my ideas. But that's not my focus or what I'm trying to tell people to do. I mean, there's all kinds of trading you could do. If you wanted to trade something, what you would do, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're up in Ruko, right? But the reality is you're increasing your risk, right? So you would then go more contracts, and if you want to day trade, half of them you day trade, and the other half you hold as a position, right? But I don't want to get into that. But there's all kinds of things you can do, right? But you can keep a core position, and then day trade an extra position, but therefore there's more risk. And if you have the funds, that's what you could do. Because it's very possible to do if you know what you're doing. My other hand, I'm trying to show people direction, and we're trying to show and teach. Okay, we're going to get in here, we're going to try for that, and we're going to hold as long as, and we've got a lot of winning games. In fact, I demonstrated this with BA, 5 winning plans in a row, while in great fear because I understood what the market was saying, right? And I took the plans, and I won massively, allowing me to take losses here and there. It's all management, which I've taught and control. Now, good question. This is what I like. Like about and then I answer, and then this is good. This is how we this is how we improve people. I tell people, people who complain, blah, 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 blah. Have you come to my live stream and asked me a question? No. So then quiet your mouth. Don't talk when you don't do anything, right? People talk, but PowerTarget Trade. I answer the questions. I tell it how it is. I'm as real as it gets. I don't see that out there. I see what I'm doing is real. I see everybody else doing baloney, and they don't show themselves. Ask them to show themselves. Ask them to match PowerTarget Trade metrics. They can't. They'll run for the hills. That's what I'm proud of, being able to do both, being the best at it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Apple, that the China is the end of the world for Apple. Apple's been given a lot of mixed signals. So to be honest, Eric, I mean, all I'm going to do is follow my rules. I know that if Apple, as long as Apple holds the levels, I think it will be profitable. It may not be massively profitable, but like I said, I've been in a lot of, listen, guys, I've been in Apple plans, and many of them have gone against me only to be for me. And so the market's never been easy and clear all year. let's get this straight, right? Let's be honest here, people. Like, has the market been easy? No, it has not been easy. But my discipline and strategies have shown that we win over the difficulty simply by sticking to the strategies that is adapting, because my same strategy will work as the market's taken off, because since I know how to hold in difficult times. Think about this, people. I want you to think about this, why we'll win my way over any other way. When you know how to handle a difficult situation and still be profitable, what do you think is going to happen when things are smoother? You're going to be able to catch even more because your skills are more honed. Right? You have more strength. Right? But when you're a scared person, right? When the good times come, you still trade like you're a scared person. Right? No one does it. You're either one way or another. The stock clown trades like a scared person. You hear him, I'm out, take the money and run, right? Example, right? I know what I'm talking about, people. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about, right? People, every single day trader trades like a scared trader. Trust me, the majority, they're trading. They see a little red bar, oh, and they run for the hills. They don't know how to handle. They say, oh, look how our plan went, but they couldn't catch the plan. Trust me when I'm telling you. They have no skill, these little day traders. They're little pebble traders. PowerTarget Trade, billionaire mindset, billionaire strategy for the people with small accounts, reasonable accounts, with options. That's how I do it. Big picture thinking, not day trading. Who's the richest person? Is it a day trader? I guarantee you it's not. I guarantee you it's not. I guarantee you that Warren Buffett, being an investor, although it's a little bit different, the investment-minded people outperform the day traders by none, by far not. But this is again a small minority people, right? These people that I'm talking about, long-term investors, right? If you were a long-term investor, right, when Apple was at $80, and you went to sleep, you look at Apple where it is now. So who's making the money? No stress. They have health. They have their money. Their net worth went up. The skill, right? Or the little baby pebble trader who's going crazy, who's getting sick. I would love the stock clown to show himself. You would see any of these guys say, show yourself. You see that they're not healthy. You'll see most of them not healthy. Or they won't compare to PowerTarget Trade, yours truly. So, any difference in trading options in summer? You know, it depends on the market conditions. It could be a very good summer. It depends on the market conditions. Um, you know, this summer could be very different than last summer. So to simplify things, Ash, is what I do is if things don't want to confirm or things don't look good in our favor, sometimes it's not good to trade at all in the market. Let me be honest with you. It's not even worth it, right? Right now, I see it as still worth it. But sometimes it's better not to trade in the market. Just leave it. Because it's better. Because if you conserve your cash and wait for the best strategic times, you'll kill it then. In reality, you only make money at a small portion of time in the market. It's being there. You know what it is, Ash? It's about being at the right place at the right time. And the only way to do that, really, theoretically, is to always be with it. Because the right place at the right time could be any time. Right? People think one thing and it doesn't happen, and something else happens, and they miss the world, right? They would think, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of right times and wrong times in the market, but it's the way things confirm. It's what's going on. I see that. If summer happens to be no good, so be it. I mean, why fight it? But I need information. I'm not. No one could tell you that exact answer, other than being that you need data information. If the market is good to trade in the summer, Ash, why not trade it, right? But if it isn't, don't trade it, right? So that's why we wait for confirmation, right? We wait for the power, and that's the best. I find that to be the most best strategic method, right? Not to guess and assume, right? I've been more right on Apple than wrong, you know, and I could be wrong this time with Apple. It's possible, right? But I'm more right than I'm wrong, right? And I've come off with 6 winning option plans so far in Apple. So, you know, that says it all. Well, and they were all different. Thank you, Ash. You agree? Perfect. See, these are good questions. These questions, these questions from Eric, from Ash, from, or what Nicole said about AMD, remembering what I was saying. These are people serious for success, in my opinion. They come to the live streams. I told the stock clown, it goes, oh, a lot of people don't come to your live streams. But I told them, stock clown, people, they watch it after the live streams, right? Live streams is about, I'm doing them in the evening, not at a popular time. I do it when it's for me it's convenient. It's not really perfect convenient, but it's about as late as I can do them. If I do it too early after and again, my stuff is not day trading. It's really focused trading. So there's no point in me talking about things when we plan for everything. It's the best things. We are always planned majority of the time before the markets open. We already know what we're getting into. We're waiting for confirmation. If we don't get it, we avoid it. Now, one tip I want to tell you people is the best trades. Listen carefully to me. The best trades happen within the first hour of trading. And after that, don't need to bother with it. You can get into something, you may have to pay higher, but you know what? Paying for power. I'll give you an example. For example, Tesla. Now, Tesla had confirmed in the afternoon, but what happened was this, and I'm pretty sure most people did not get into this Tesla. I had said to everybody, wait for the second confirmation. I want to tell you this story, why I'm talking about Tesla. And Tesla, for some reason, wouldn't confirm the second confirmation. That's as much as what happened with Apple. So, and why didn't it confirm? Well, 2 reasons. It didn't do it properly the second time in the afternoon. Second of all, it was an afternoon confirmation. And third of all, we see what happened today, right? Now, I would have preferred this. So let me talk about this, about confirmation. This is how I so believe in buying the power. It's not funny. So it looked, honestly, this day I was impressed by the action, okay? But it did so too late in the day. And 9 out of 10 times, the stocks do the unthinkable. Not always, but majority of the times. And so Tesla went down. Right? Now, again, when I go to these plans, I go in small. But let me tell you my success in Tesla. The best trades happen. And I tell you guys, I don't know what it is with my system. I've honed it so well. Within the first hour of trading. It's the most protective things. In fact, within the first hour and a half, the only reason why I took a trade that took an hour and a half to confirm, and I think it was match. Excuse me here, people. I think it was match because it showed so much power over the confirmation point. Let's put up match, for example. I want to explain this. MTCH. See the name power, everything I talk about, there's a reason why I talk about it. Because I'm trying to make money with skill, not guessing like a stock clown, right? So, yeah, this was the day right here, right? Now, by the way, guys, people, she's just flagging here, right? She can go. That's why I say, oh, I wanted this sucker to, she would want to always keep powering up, never giving itself a break, right? This is how stock trading is, But anyways, yeah. This was the day. This was the day here that we confirmed within, the entry was 70.25, okay? 70.25, right over here, right? And I mean, look at it. Even in this chop, we are still higher up, but we're not really making any big dollar bills. But it's not doing anything negative to us either, right? And this is bullish. It's a bullish trending stock, but stocks are going to pull back more than they want to, or they're going to do their game. And then this thing can pop. So if I get out due to fear and then they pop it, I'll be crying that I missed the gains in it. We trade it right with the right supports, guys. But what I'm getting is this. This day it confirmed, and it stayed above the confirmation point, and that's why I went into it after the hour basis, because it was so clear. We kept basing above the 70.25 for hours on end, above the buy point. Lo and behold, it closed 70.73, and the next day she takes off a bit. She made a move, right? From here at 70, it moved. So we're starting to make us money, right? But then the market, do the chop. She's relaxing, but she's not doing anything negative, right? So for me, I'm looking at where it should go to make money. Excuse me. Throat dry. Is the VIX important? Um, for me, it's not important. What's important is my plans, how they confirm, because they are an indicator of the market. One of the reasons why I knew the market was strong is because of the way stocks like MTCH or RUCO are performing in this chop mania, fear mania market right now, right? They're strong. They don't. They're trading on their own merits. Good question. I mean, I try not to overcomplicate things. For some people, Ash, the VIX is important. I mean, all that's telling you is if things are more, more volatile or less volatile. And right now the market's not very volatile. What's volatile when we have 700-point swings. So the SPY's whipping up back and forth 400 points here and there, and I've seen those type of markets, right? We're not like that. We're all tight ranged most of the time. There's no big deal. We're tight range setting up for higher prices, unless something ridiculous happens. Like something crazy happens. And to be honest with you, like I said, my opinion is that the big money is going to decide who wins the presidency. Trust me on this. And so far, looking at the candidates, the U.S. presidents, it's Trump's going to win, guaranteed. What's his name? Biden. All Biden's doing is just it's like other traders. They talk blah 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 blah, complaining about Trump. But what are you going to do to help the people? What are you going to do? You're complaining about Trump, but what are you going to do? He doesn't say nothing. I listen to what they say. Blah 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 blah. Okay, what are you going to do? What's your solution to make the U.S. better? What are you going to do? But he doesn't say nothing. Blah 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 blah. So to me, I think the U.S. Will take care as long as you don't overtax the companies. U.S. companies are going to do well themselves. I mean, you know, I mean, don't rely on the government to who wins, whether Trump wins or whoever wins, right? But I'm just saying, I just think that the market decides who's the best thing, and really there isn't anyone better right now. I don't know who out of all the candidates who's better. I really don't. I don't care really. You know what I care about? I listen to the boss, the market. The market. If the market says Trump's the best, we listen to the market. You want to fight the market, then you don't make money, right? That's my take on it, people. Because then when you get into politics, you can get all complicated and you get stressed out. For what? What do you want to get stressed out for? Vote for who you like, right? But don't get stressed out about it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, you got to take care of yourself, right? If you don't take care of yourself, nobody will take care of you if you don't take care of yourself. You can take advice from somebody, but you got to take care of yourself. 10:31. All right, people. I think I did a very good live stream. I think I'm gonna show people, in case I don't do live streams. Right here is a pinned tweet, and this pinned tweet, it explains how to become a member inside of Power Group Trades. Um, I think a lot of my live streams, we'll see how, because I'm figuring out, thinking of a lot of strategies, people. The way I'm presenting myself on Twitter, do I go more video based on YouTube to connect with the right people, right? Because it's about that. If time zones, if the right people don't, I mean, I know there are good people who come to the live stream, but they come to it after. I don't know. To me, I can make video. I'm trying ideas, like I try the live stream right now. I really like the way what I'm doing new with Twitter, which is the short video clips that give messages. And on Twitter, a lot of people view me on Twitter. I don't know what it is, but I mean, they get the views. It gets the views. So I'm able to get my message on a different metric. You know, my Apple video on May thing got 1,002 views through through Twitter. Through Twitter's metric, 1,002 views. I keep tons of views it gets. Right? Tons of views. And I haven't done this is kind of new. I like it because it gives me some metrics. So it tells me, that's a good idea, right? I kind of like I was able to do that with StockTwits. Once upon a time had these functions. They took it all away. So this is why Twitter is a better metric, because you can actually see, you can do more serious posts here. Over there, it's all clown posts, right? No one's going to show up in a camera and talk and do what I do, right? Because they're chicken clowns. Chicken clowns. Buck, 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 buck. Come on, clowns. Come talk and try to do what I do. Some people want to talk about me, blah, 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 blah. Come, try to do what I do. Come on. Come see if it's easy, how easy it is what I do. Stock clown. Come try it, stock clown. Come on. Thank you, Dexter. Good night, group. Thank you. Thank you, Ash. Ash is like I said. I mean, proof of this. What I'm talking about, the serious people. I mean, listen. She blows away most, like, totally is superior to a lot of men out there. I mean, again, remember I talked about the feminization of men, Huff. Feminization of men, it's rampant out there, man. Feminization of men, right? Not masculine, feminine. Now, the thing about, yeah, and I'm saying that in a good thing. Good night, Nicole. I'm saying that in a good thing is that men. Let's get real here, people. Men are more they're more driven. Like, they're more driven to. That's why when I see a woman doing so well, taking the advice and studying it, it's like it's like wow, because it's unique. There are women that are really very smart based, and they whatever, but coming to the market, it's still small compared to the men. But then the men now are majority of them are little baby scalper clowns that don't have any skill out there, and they're little scaredy cats. Wah 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 wah, like the stock clown, right? So listen, I tell people study my videos. There's so much helpful information. I tell it how it is. Like even my live streams, I tell it how it is, right? You got to look into yourself. You got to ask yourself, am I really making smart decisions? Or do I do anything like PowerTarget? That's why if you study your videos, you got to ask yourself, would I have done that? What I would have thought, man, I would have missed that. You can ask yourself, look into yourself, right? Because you're your own. One of some people, we are all our own best enemies. I created a system to help me combat my enemies, myself, right? To combat myself, to stop me from doing what's wrong. That's why I put the faith into the system, the way I thought process and not emotions. Emotions make you weak. Like in this case, you got to have emotions for the right reasons. Emotions for a loved one. But I'm talking about when it comes here, it's about making strategic investment decisions, not fearful ones. Strategic investment decisions. Right? That's how you learn succeed long term. Not guessing and assuming like a stock clown, right? You're gonna burn out like that, right? Hey, the clowns are rampant over, especially on stock Twitter. It's clown city on there. It's become a clown city, full of advertisement. Twitter is by far the best platform for stocks, in my opinion. And that's why there are some good people like myself out there, but there's very few. You gotta still sort it out. But it's still a lot better on Twitter, the people who talk, than they are on stock twits, right? So there you have, people. Let's have a good night, and we'll see what happens for next time.